Okay, straight away, let me just get into this episode, okay? So, well, to be honest, this one was quite good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think so. This most probably would be the best episode of this season, low key. I don't say it in the perspective of uh, like it has to be an action episode which gives you the best episode or something like that. Obviously, there are cool moments later on, but why I say is this the best episode is just because first of all, there was that cool walk to a stadium, bruh. I didn't feel cool. I didn't feel that this would have been done so well with that OST in the background. Now, you can't deny that that has to be one of the coolest Gremory walk. Like the whole Gremory family walking in just like that. It is pretty cool to see that. Now, other than that, it's also about the emotions that this episode put in. I have to say that the voice acting in this episode was on point. Like, look, I mean, just look at the start. Now, people would say it's a fan service and everything, but there's more to it. Like, the first 5 minutes had a lot of stuff happening with Issei, and then there's the part with the kids. Like, there's a lot of, I would say, a lot of heartwarming, a lot of sad emotions putting together, and there was just a lot of things in this episode that really makes this episode most probably the best of the season. So let me dive deep into more about what this episode was more or less about. Now, the first thing that is you would have noticed when you see this episode is that there was a lot of fan service, obviously. But what you'll notice is Issei. Issei is someone whose past still haunts him. Now, if anybody remembers Rainier, she was Issei's first quote unquote girlfriend, and basically the reason this guy Issei is having a hard time to fall in love with someone is because of what happened with Rainier. Rainier is still haunting him. It's not like it's simple for him to forget about that moment because he had to kill her with his own hands. It's very so it's very obvious like this man fell in love with someone who he should have not, but instead he fell in love, he got killed, he, her, his one of his love interests got killed, and then all of a sudden it just turns out like he just turns out that, that he has to kill the person who he loved previously, and there's a lot to that, but I can go more deep into it, but I want to take more into the storyline of what was happening. But yeah, so it was very obvious about what was implied straight away, and how Issei was having a hard time to forget about her even now after almost a half year has passed in this high school DD series. But moving on to the stuff that happens later on. Now in the stadium, we see the kids scene. I explained. The kids they love Issei. Obviously, the kids from the underworld love Issei, and henceforth, that's the reason why he he just you see the kids just like cheering up and everything, and it's like the kids dream to be like him. The kids not in a way like, oh, I'm gonna have my own harem or something like that, but in a way they get inspiration from him because this man always you see the acts and stuff he does. So that's the reason why the kids actually like him, because how the acts he does. And obviously the kids are learning a lot of stuff other than the art of acts from Issei. But yeah, movie that's another thing, like to keep away, just so that the kids could believe that they're still got the protector. They have got Issei out here who will protect them at all time. They to believe that basically why the kids dream need to be alive. That's what Sex meant when he said, oh, Issei, you need to keep the kids dreams alive. So yeah, that was basically the point. And now, finally, the rules. Now, the rules are quite simple. I think so. I don't need to explain much about it. Basically, it's a dice, and basically, if you roll, it's a dice from 1 to 8. 1 to 8 is the equal points, and their max size, I think so, is 12 or something like that. Wait, what? No, 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 wait. I I got confused here. Wait. Yeah. So yeah, the dice point is like 1 to 8, and then max dice meaning like you have the maximum amount of number. Is basically two dices. They both add up points, and if you that's basically what it is. Like the dice is 1 to 6. Okay, let me get it straight. Forget about all the stuff I said. Okay. I really got confused here for whatever reason. But yeah, there are two dices. One is on Rias's side, one is on Cyrog's side, and both have six on their 6 rolls. And basically, both of this have 6 and 6, which is 12. That means Cyrog, who has 12 points, will get 6 plus 6, which will be 12. And Rias, who has 8 points, needs to have a 4 plus 4 or 6 plus 2, something like that, for her to get into the game. Now, basically, what that means is that Cyrog will obviously be fighting. It's not like he's not gonna be fighting in this current arc, but Issei will have to fight with someone else because remember he's a pawn with 8 points. Pawn is equal to 1 point. Rook is equal to the knight is equal to 3 points. Rook is equal to wait what? Sorry, 1 point. Okay, I am confusing a lot of stuff, but yeah, basically the pawn is equal to 1 point. The knight is equal to 2 points. The rook is equal to 5 points, I think so, or 3 points. Bishop is equal to bishop is equals to 3 points, and if I am correct, the queen is equal to 9 points. If I'm correct, is that how it is? I may be wrong because it's been a long time since I read it, but whatever. Yeah, I think so. That's how it goes. But basically, that's it is. It's a quite simple rule. I think so. My words are just making it complicated. It's quite a simple game. What kind of rule they have created for this rating game, and it's gonna be 1-on-1s or 2-on-2s or 3-on-3s. It could even be 3-on-3s. Who knows? 3-on-2s. It could even be handicap 1-on-2 like that. Like it could be anything. So yeah, and our first fight of the certain rated game is Kiba versus their knight. And another thing, do you guys see Hades' design? I don't remember if it was in season 3 or not, but oh my god, that design looks so good. Like, oh, I really like Hades' design. Just looking at it just makes me go like, whoa, that's a pretty good design. Like, they did a great artwork on Hades. We really gotta give that to it. Now, you guys will say he looks ugly and stuff, but that's what it's supposed to be through what the light novel describes. But I think so. They did a very good job describing how Hades looks just in general. I would give that point to Studio Passion. It's a great job done. Anyways, let me know what you think about this episode in general. I'll see you next video. As always, peace.